Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to YouTube. I'm your host, Whale Cow, and together with my co-host, the always magnificent Rat Tail Boy,
Greetings and salutations.
when he bothers
I
to
am
show up.
returned. I'm sorry I didn't have power.
Don't worry, I already made all the excuses for you.
Yeah.
We're back for our Predator Racing Group campaign. We just finished the last race of the last season in the previous session, so now we'll be working on the preseason for year 2.
Indeed. I think we're in a reasonably good position for this.
Yep. So looking
Hopefully
at the
things go
calendar real quick, we've got a few days until the championship promotion, and then a week after that until end of season and we get our prize money. So that means we've just got one more week to tune our parts.
Excellent. I think that means that we'll be able to finish our non-suspension parts and start on the suspension a little bit. If I remember my math right from way back when we last were able to talk about that.
Yeah, feels like it's been months.
Yeah, no, it's been more like a week and a half. I think. Alright.
It must feel like longer for this game because you're meant to simulate a month in 2 hours or less.
Yep.
Alright, so let's just move on until our car's done being repaired. Ines Santa Ana has the flu. That poor woman.
She has the flu and a neck problem. Oh dear. It's a really good thing there's no more races.
I hope she's going to be able to swallow that chicken noodle soup.
Yeah.
Let's look at her terrible stats now. She's down to an 8 in braking, a 2 in cornering, a 5 in smoothness, an 8 in overtaking, an 8 in consistency, a 4 in adaptability. She'd be at like a -3 in fitness. 5 in feedback, 5 in focus. That poor woman.
Yeah.
Alright. And car repairs are finished. Going over to the improved parts section.
Yep.
We had the better brakes for next season and the better gearbox up. Acceleration is up to 97 out of 105, and our brakes are at 68 out of 85. So I'm thinking we just keep those on there till like the end of the season.
Yeah. What's our suspension at? I just want to remember.
Our suspension is 91 out of 98. We finished that before the last race.
Awesome. So yeah, let's leave the suspension and keep focusing on the gearbox and the brakes, because the brakes are lower and the gearbox is more important generally than the suspension is.
Yep. We've already got a Monster 113 engine.
Yeah.
Also
known as roughly what everyone else has been driving on.
What everyone else starts on. If you look at our bars, though, we're definitely getting up there, even though the overall section hasn't increased at all. Engines and acceleration are getting up there, and the thing about ERS is that you don't care about brakes and suspension on 3/4 of the tracks. Alright.
Yeah, much more often it's the engine and the gearbox.
Okay, so let's move on to promotion. Alright. Prize money for the 2016 season.
Indeed.
It's roughly $11 million.
Awesome.
Alright. Best owner of the season is Eastwood Motorsport. Of course, it's going to be them. They won the season.
Yep.
And the best driver of the season is Etta Johnsdaughter.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So yeah, one more week until we can no longer fix any of our parts up to be better.
Do we want to start on an HQ upgrade now that we have money for it?
That'd be a good idea. Do it as soon as possible.
Yeah, because we want it finished as soon as possible.
We're upgrading the factory.
Yeah, factory. Factory needs to be upgraded first, then the design center.
Alright. And the best thing about the factory is that the staff is increased by, well, it basically doubles it.
Yeah, it doubles it for the first upgrade. It's wonderful.
And we get some extra part improvement slots.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Of course, if you actually fill all those part improvement slots, you're upgrading at roughly the same speed.
Mm-hmm. But that also means we'll be bored second half of the season since we won't have the money to buy a whole lot of extra parts.
We'll be fine.
Alright, and keep in mind this is going to cost us an extra $150,000 a race.
Yep, we can afford that for the moment.
Alright, 7.6 million spent on that.
Yeah. Yeah, here's where the financial background starts really showing its stuff.
And I think that factory will be done by the end of the second or third race, so until then we'll have to focus completely on reliability so our cars cross the finish line.
Mm-hmm. Sounds about right.
Alright, and I'd just like to look at our drivers real quick. Linares' contract is running down, so once she hits 0, I want to see about hiring Kinney.
Yeah, and once she hit, we want to keep a very close eye on the other drivers that we want to hire to replace William Evans.
Yeah.
Because we're going to have to fire him, like the moment that the moment that becomes necessary. Mm-hmm. We do not want to miss out on our opportunity.
All right. Onward.
Indeed.
Oh, something happens the exact same day. Sigh.
Of course.
Alright. After an entire year of voting for rule changes within the European Racing Series, nothing got approved. Hear that?
If you like change, you say. Yeah, well, why did you break all ties in favor of keeping things the way they are?
Hear that? We've been approved by ERS. Alright. Promotions and relegations. Esprit from Asia Pacific has been promoted to World. Chariot Motor Group got downgraded. Eastwood Motorsport went up at the expense of Lucatelli Racing.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So let's take a look at the new competition here. Look at their bars. They're super high up because they used to be in Asia Pacific and now they're not.
Yeah, they're just gonna kind of steamroll all of us.
So nothing's changed. We went from one first place finisher to another first place finisher.
Yep.
Alright. Okay. Alright. And then there's some contracts that are being sent out for some racers. Alright. We are moving into the preseason.
Wonderful.
Saving. Alright. Engelhart got hired by Garuda. Garuda also picked up Shober. So basically, they did an entire overhaul of their driver loadout.
Mm-hmm.
Vexala got Danilo. How do you pronounce that?
Both of those sound like they could be valid. I really do not know.
Alright, Tanvir Jah got scouted. He's absolutely terrible. Like, he is the worst you could be and still be a driver. He owns a go-karting school,
Wow.
so I guess that's his retirement plan. Alright. So let's put someone else on scout. By the way, I looked at Beauchamp, and he's at 0 for all stats because he's that old.
Oh dear.
Alright. And we've got car design unlocked. So we can move into that.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, you want to take care of that then?
Sure. Hand me the mouse through the screen.
I see it right there. Hand it over. Alright, so we've got 8,500,000 from our saved up money.
Wonderful.
Alright, so here we go. Designing your car is basically deciding how much you want to spend on its fuel efficiency and improvability.
Yeah.
So looking right here, we've got a couple options. Rossini is more expensive because it's got a better base stat modifier, but I want to go with Salts because overall they've got better fuel efficiency.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I'm not quite willing to pay nearly 2 million for just a 4 base stat modifier and a lower fuel efficiency.
We're still working our way up there.
Yeah.
Alright, so next we're looking at fuel supplier. Russian oil, Oceania, Imperial Petroleum. I kinda want to go with Oceania because it's balanced.
Yeah.
Alright.
Makes sense to me.
Material supplier. XCT Allies, Morimoto, Carbulon. Carbulon reminds me of a character from Futurama, but they are expensive.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to go with the weak option.
Yeah, balancing does seem important. Let's go with that for the moment and then see what the brake supplier has for us.
Alright. American, Atsuno, JP Race Technologies.
I see no reason why we wouldn't want to go for JP Race Technologies. They're just objectively the best. Yeah. And we have the money to afford it.
It could be like a really nice slogan for later when we're better. Predator, objectively the best. Alright.
Yeah, if we go with JP, where's our tire heating and wear wind up? We might want to backtrack and grab the other one, because this one's weak medium, and we could grab the medium very weak material supplier to get better tire wear and still have slightly better overall.
1.5 million more.
Good point. Yeah, let's stick with what we got then.
Alright. It's already better than the car that we had last season. And we're considering this coming season a transition.
Yeah.
Alright. Spent almost 12 million on that car. Alright. So now...
Hooray for the financial background!
Yep. Now that the car's in full production, we wait until it's done being built and the parts are done being adapted.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Indeed. Alright, so we gotta keep an eye on our
going
drivers and
forward,
our
we need to
hiring.
keep an eye on our drivers. Let's see. Whole bunch of people we don't care about getting hired. Hong Liao from Dragon Race Team China has moved over to ZRT.
Aha.
Valerie Yao just got scouted. She's a 1.5 star. Her pay is reasonable, but her stats are less than good. She meditates, but she's also selfish. So she meditates on herself.
Yeah, let's grab another scouting, and then let's look at when the contracts. Let's double check when the contracts are up on the people we want to hire.
Alright, Linares is down to 0 months contract remaining, so now we can hire Kinney. Ordinarily, we would wait until her contract was all the way up, because you do incur a bit of a loyalty stat penalty whenever you fire someone. But if we wait, other people are going to be snapped up that we need.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at Kinney then. We'll go to favorites. Frankie Kinney. Approach. She's not joining a team in the European Racing Series. Well, it looks like we were a bit slow on that. LaRue was too fast for us. Okay.
Ah, dang.
Let's see, do we have any other options for... That really sucks. I'm tempted to save Scum, but I think that was against the plan.
Yeah. I'm really tempted. I want a pay driver for our reserve, especially with feedback like that. Oh, darn. Let's take a look at our other options.
Alright, our other option was Scott Price. He was also already grabbed up, but we could look through our other...
He also has, like, 0 feedback.
Yeah. Alright, let's take a look. Okay, a good alternative might be Saris Young. Her feedback is 9 and her focus is 8. Other than that, she doesn't have much to offer.
Yeah, but I don't think we have to pay her too much, because she's not currently hired by anybody.
Right. How about this? We'll approach her and give her an offer, and if that doesn't work, we might stick with Linares for one more season.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright, what do you suppose we should offer her?
If we could just give her a long contract, then we can probably get away with going fairly low.
Thinking like 40 or lower?
I'm thinking not the lowest one. 40 is probably good, and maybe if we give her a low sign-on fee, just because we have some spare cash.
And if she somehow gets 10th or above in a race, we're going to give her an extra 15,000.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, given that she's a reserve driver, we can actually just stick that about pretty darn high. Because she should not actually be racing at all.
Alright. If you should somehow be in a race and get 10th or above, we're going to give you $24,000.
Yeah, sure. That sounds good.
Cross your fingers. Okay. And then we need to grab Shenki real quick.
Yeah, definitely.
What's the matter?
Definitely want to grab it before anyone else does.
Oh, you're interested? What's the matter? No longer in Eastwood Motorsport? Alright. So we're putting her on as equal status driver?
Yeah.
Alright. For whatever reason, she prefers a short contract in this universe.
Weird.
Yeah.
Alright, she prefers a short contract. We'll give her a short contract just so she's more likely to hire on with us. We really do not want... We really do not want her getting away. We'll just be sure to hire her back when
Alright. Do you still have the notes on what her previous contract was?
oh, 1 sec. They're on my other desk. I've moved my laptop since. 2 seconds.
Da 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 da.
Alright, I am back. And Shenki was getting 70,000 per race.
Alright, I want to try offering her 76,000, and I want to try for a medium contract length.
Alright. I know she doesn't really care about the sign-on fee, but maybe just bump it up once little bit more just to make her more likely to get it. I really don't want her to say no.
Well, if she does say no, we can renegotiate.
We can renegotiate, but if she says no to the initial contract, you have to bump up, like, you have to wind up paying her more than you would have if,
Yeah. Alright, in that case, who else do we have favorited? Nah, they've all been, grabbed up. I want to, see about getting an alternative.
Alright.
Alright,
because we really don't want Evans again.
No, we do not. Problem is that it doesn't look like we have any of the decent people scouted who aren't already assigned to a team. If all else fails, we can just leave Evans in there for the remainder of his contract.
Yeah, we'll just leave him in to burn out his contract. Don't have to pay him, only fire him.
Yeah, and then
and just focus on who we got and kind of upgrading our car so it will be better when we actually have drivers that can use it.
In the meantime, we definitely need to scout these people who don't have a job whenever current reports are done.
As soon as possible.
Yep. Alright, so now we just sit, wait, and hope for the best.
Sounds about right.
Alright, Ines is feeling better. She's recovered from her flu.
Yay!
Scouting report on Adrian Earl. He'll be, low quality. Scouting report finished. The that Daniello chick. She's got 300,000. Her feedback is 0. She doesn't tell anybody anything when out on the track. The rest of her stats are really, really good. Except for consistency and smoothness. And she races snowmobiles. Alright. And then we have a dilemma. We're interested in getting a look inside your HQ ahead of the new season. Our readers and partners would be much more interested in your team if we were to write a good article. If, on the other hand, we wrote a bad article claiming you are closed and backward thinking.
Oh dear. Santa Anna's morale is at 100. She can take the hit and she'll be happy again very soon.
Yep.
We need marketability. We cannot let our marketability tank.
But we're gonna send the person who wrote the email a nasty letter.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm kind of curious about our sponsor slots. We've got 2 slots, so we'll wait and see what our options are.
I was gonna say we just got a marketability boost. Let's wait and see who else comes along and offers.
Our contract offers got back. They're both interested.
Wonderful.
Alright.
Alright. Now we must fire the appropriate people.
Sorry, guys.
Well, Linares knew this was coming. She's just leaving like a couple weeks early, and which is fine given that she's not actually getting paid for any more races. Yeah, for some reason.
Alright, sign-on fee was 13,000, and yeah. Alright. I'm a bit nervous about what our costs are going to be per race now.
Yeah.
I'm almost considering telling the guy we can get 8th place or better. What do you think? Alright.
You know, here's an option. We didn't hire... Because we didn't hire our controversial reserve driver, we will be able to ask for more money again. That is an option.
Alright.
I'm not entirely sure whether or not we should predict 8th or not. I think maybe once our car is finished and we can see how it compares to other people's cars that they've just built, maybe.
Alright.
Once we have a better idea of where our new car stands, like if we're still completely in the back, like now we've got what they were driving, but they've all improved again. We should probably go for 10th again, but at the same time, we don't have Evans dragging us down anymore, so I think we probably have a reasonable shot.
Alright. Katie Linares just said screw us because she thought we were going to try to win things together. Alright, Cerise Young is looking forward to working with us. It's going to be an absolute honor driving for Predator Racing Group. Oop, battery's low. Better, stick the power cord in.
Why on earth were you doing this without your laptop plugged in?
Because I completely forgot. I was just so eager to start doing this again. Alright. Channel 6 says that Young joins Predator Racing Group. She's 31 years, so don't expect her to be around for too long. But
yeah.
She's only making 400,000 a year. Alright, Cerise Young, her morale was already low when she signed on, so it has to say that she was looking for other offers, but now she's not. William Evans is surprised that he was fired. I don't even care
We've been talking about this all season.
I don't even care about the payoff. I wanted to stay at Predator Racing Group and win things. We could give him like a VIP pass and let him just chill.
He was feeling confident because of that one race where absolutely everybody except us failed.
Uh-huh. The one where we got
He was
second
just
or
like,
third.
we can totally do this!
Mm-hmm. Evans is like, but I got second place, you can't fire me.
And we're just like, that's because literally everyone else on the track crashed.
Yep. Alright. As soon as I knew that Predator Racing Group were interested, I couldn't wait to sign the deal. Is it possible that we've developed this sort of cult following that extends to the drivers?
Apparently.
Predator Racing Group is officially Firefly.
We need to change our livery so that it looks so that
Take my love, take my land.
Please don't try to sing. You're tone deaf.
One thing you need to know about me is that when people tell me not to do something, it makes me want to do the opposite. Waiting for you to tell me to sing.
I'm not falling into that trap.
Alright, right, we want to look at replacing Oscar Deverett next season as a mechanic, maybe.
Yeah.
Magnus Krantz, he's got a magnificent first name. Well, he's got some magnificent stats too, but it would set us back 739,000 a race. How did Firebird MRT afford that?
I have no idea.
We'll look at it. We'll look at their team in 2 seasons.
They probably have much better marketability.
We'll look at their team in 2 seasons, and it'll be like bankrupt. Alright. Moving on. Okay. Ines is feeling better from her dodgy neck.
Wonderful.
Yep. One interesting thing about staff is that you don't have to scout them because their abilities are already very well documented.
Yeah.
All right. Got a fuel supplier breakthrough. Dilemma. I just got off the phone with our fuel supplier. They say they made a breakthrough in fuel efficiency with a brand new super high octane fuel. It'll increase fuel efficiency by 1, but it'll cost us 2.5 mil. I'm not comfortable with paying that.
I wish we could afford that. It would be so nice. But no, we can't afford that.
Sucks.
I know, it would have been wonderful.
Oh, we've got 3 sponsor offers for each slot. You want to look at those?
Sure, yeah, let's
Our
look at those.
sponsor appeal level went up to 2 stars because Shenki has a 61% marketability.
Awesome.
Alright.
Let's see if
the 2 on the left.
see if we got any 2 stars.
The 2 on the left are going to be 2 stars here.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we've got Eve Technology, 400,000 up front and 150,000 a race for 9 races. But what's weird is that Carne Blanco is actually better with 200,000 a race for 10 races. That's really weird.
Yeah, that is That's strange. That is very, very strange.
Alright, well, overall, Carne Blanco's the better deal.
Yeah, overall, Carne Blanco is definitely the better deal.
Although Eve Technology has a really cool logo.
They do have a really cool logo, but Carne Blanco is the better deal.
Yep.
And it will last us the whole season.
Alright, and slot 6, Revellion Co. They'd be willing to pay us 400,000 a race for 10 races.
Ooh, yeah, that one.
All right.
Better than Peach Plum.
Yep. All right, there she is, our very first 2-star sponsor. Woo!
Woohoo!
Yep. All right.
Because for some reason the 1-star sponsor was better than the 2 stars in our other slots.
Yep. Alright. We're just gonna get all this scouting done before the season even starts.
Yeah.
Alright. Sophie Harrison, she looks pretty good. Yeah, she's pretty good, although she's a rival with Maximilian Schneider, whoever that is. She's also a wet weather pro, so that's pretty neat.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna favorite her, cause why not?
Yeah, she's got pretty good stats.
Yep.
May as well consider coming back to her.
Alright, Cerise Young's star is rising according to X-Driver. She's developing into one of the top talents on the ERS grid. Learning fast. Her improvability is +5 for the next 20 weeks. But we have her as, like, our reserve.
We have her as reserve.
So
yeah.
what's weird about this game is you don't see their improvements when they're racing practice. You'd think that practice would give them some sort of ability increase.
You'd think that'd be the case, but no.
Yep. At least she's cheap.
Yeah.
We wanted a pay driver, but oh well.
Yeah.
Alright. Some more scouting reports. Rick DeGraff. Holy crap. He's a 4.25 star driver. Look at those
Who
stats.
fired him?
Look at those stats.
Who on earth fired him?
Rosado Corsa.
Oh. Well, suddenly everything makes more sense. He was fired from one of the higher leagues.
Yep. And even with 4.25 stars, apparently he never made a podium or a win.
Yeah.
Is Rosado Corsa just really bad? I'm sure compared to us, they're great, but... Alright. He hates team orders, he's a dangerous dueler, he's a rival with drivers. Suddenly this makes more sense. He's a timesheet hero, and he's a young gun. Lucia Flores. Alright, and then we also got, Rickson Lum. Wow, she is kind of bad. Look at those wonderful stats.
It's just like, what's with that cornering? It's just like, why is your cornering so good when everything else is so terrible?
Obviously, her addicted to video games extends only to the Need for Speed franchise. Alright. Okay. Our car's ready for its livery.
Wonderful.
Okay. You want me to just make it black with flames?
No. Let's do something a bit more original than that.
Oh, come on. Alright. I'm definitely going with the livery pack because the options are just cooler.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Livery 4 is the fire clouds.
It does look pretty nice.
Livery 7 is just polka dots.
Let's not do the polka dots.
Livery 12 has an enormous skull painted on the side. That can't be regulation. Well, what do you
10
want to
looks
do?
pretty nice. What do you think of 10?
I think I could live with 10, but let me see. Let me see what the colors look like.
So yeah, let's mess with the colors a bit. Having the primary color be white, I don't think quite fits it.
No. I see a red car and I want it painted black. No colors anymore. I want them to turn black.
Oh dear.
You're saying oh dear because you know I feel like singing again.
Yes.
Alright. And should we have like the fins and such be a red matching the red on the rest of the body?
Yeah, let's get pretty close to the same shade of red. It doesn't have to be exactly the same shade,
Alright,
just
do you
similar.
want it lighter or I'm thinking darker, a bit darker.
I'm thinking darker, yeah.
Alright, so how does that look?
Ah, I like it. I like it.
Alright. Let's see.
Do you want to throw in any colors beyond red, or... Because I'm fine with just sticking to red. I'm just wondering if we want a little bit of variety.
I'm fine with red and black, I think, at this point.
Alright,
how does that
let's
look?
stick with red and black then.
How does that look for the color match?
I like it. That looks good.
Alright, and then primary color is just the color of the entire body. Let's keep it black, I guess. And then the secondary
let's leave that as black.
The secondary color will be like the number.
Yeah.
I'm thinking black for that one too, or maybe not because
no,
some parts of the livery are that color.
Let's. How about like a bright red?
All right, let's see if we can find red on. There we go. How about that one?
Give it a minute to catch up. Slightly brighter, maybe. Just a little bit. Yeah, that looks good.
All right. I'm disappointed, man. I thought we were gonna do with the red and orange flames.
No.
Next season?
Maybe next year. Maybe next season.
Not
this season, though.
One thing that I'm not a fan of is how the number 5 looks up at the front. It's like...
Oh, yeah. Maybe change the tertiary to a different color so that it stands out better against the circle.
Alright. Okay.
And by that I mean something not red, or...
Alright, how's that one? How's that one look?
Looks good. What happens if we do it white? I'm actually curious now if the contrast will look what the contrast will look like.
I'm not a fan. I don't know though.
If you're not a fan, we'll stick with black then.
Alright. Okay, and then
I think it looks interesting, but it also looks fine as black, so let's just go with black.
You think we should keep the sponsor colors white?
Well, we want them to actually show up so that they'll pay us.
Yep. The best thing is that the way the mechanics of the game work, even if you completely blend it in, they'll still pay you.
you just make it so that all the sponsor colors are the exact same color as your livery. It's just like, what? We totally painted your name on there. What do you mean you can't see?
Yeah, in invisible ink. I'll see you in court. Alright, so that looks good then?
Yeah, looks good.
Okay. Alright. It better be good. It'll cost us 500,000 if we wanted to change it in the middle of the season.
That's always ridiculous. It's just like, it makes sense, but it's just like, why don't you charge us money when we want to change it now?
I don't know. Maybe because it's like a rebranding thing.
Or maybe it's because we're technically building a whole new car every season, so maybe it's just accounted for in the cost of the car.
Nicole Goldlist. Her fitness is really good. Most of her stats are okay, but she cannot corner whatsoever.
Yeah. Having terrible cornering means basically every time there's a sharp corner, we flip a coin, and if we get the wrong one, we drive off and go wide.
That's not a good idea.
Yeah, that's what zero cornering does to you.
Alright, Valberga Kamar. She's a 3.25 driver. Her stats are really good, but she's probably expensive.
Yeah, and not much room to improve.
Yeah. She's previously worked for Tony Zhang Racing. It looks like she's fallen off recently. She only got 1 win last season and no podiums. Before that, she did better.
Yeah.
When she found religion. Alright.
Don't worry, it won't last.
That's sad. Alright. Okay. We have a dilemma coming up. Gains to improvability. It gives us +1 improvability at the cost of -1 fuel efficiency.
No.
No.
Like, maybe if we'd bought the fuel efficiency earlier, I might have considered it, but no.
Alright.
I'm not tanking our fuel efficiency.
And it's time for our pre-season testing.
Uh-huh.
Alright, we've got Key and Santa Ana running the pre-test. One thing I noticed is that Santa Ana is really good. 2.5 stars, so, you know, definitely keeping her for a while,
yeah.
Obviously.
Yep.
And if Key can start getting up there, hopefully her skill scales as our position gets better, so we can keep up.
Yeah.
Alright, let's do it.
That's the hope.
One thing I don't like is how much it affects morale. This session. Key's up 40, so that's good though. Santa
Wonderful,
Ana's
and Santa Ana's back at 100.
So let's take a look. There was an overheating problem with Santa Ana's car.
Yeah, I was keeping an eye on things. We didn't have any other problems besides that one overheating. So that's nice.
And Key finished better than Santa Ana. Alright. Okay. Next race is in 11 days, so we might as well take care of our stuff now.
Yeah, I suppose. Let's see how our, well, our team stats tell us we still suck.
Yep. Although, in terms of where we are on the grid with our parts, we're where we expected we were gonna be.
Yeah.
Alright, let's take a look at mail real quick. Preseason testing. Alright. Target for the season. We could be...
yes.
If we set 8th, we could be getting 1.84 mil a race. If we said 10th, it would still be 1.54 mil.
How much do we pay per race currently?
Alright,
we need to look at our finances before we make this decision.
according to this, our income per race is 728,000. That's because we've got some of the best per race sponsors on the grid.
Yeah. And that's not going to change for the rest of the season. Also, consider what's our current budget for next year's car at? Is it still at Fat Stacks? Because we can drop it back to...
It's still at Fat Stacks.
We can drop it back to medium.
You want to?
Oh, I didn't... How do we want to play this? So we could play this as this is sort of a transition to get used to our new drivers and aim for 10th again and just go Fat Stacks all year. And play and use the money that we got from our sponsors to kind of keep us afloat. If we need to, we can request additional funds in the middle of the year if we aim for 10th again.
Yeah. Alright, let's go for 10th, but we really need to be on the ball for improving the team.
Yeah.
Okay. Cross your fingers. Almost accidentally clicked 8th place. Silly me. Alright. Now let's look at improved parts. Black Sea, if you remember from last time, top speed and acceleration are the key.
Yep.
It looks like there's going to be thunderstorms during practice. Hooray.
Joy. Of course, the race will be bright and sunny.
Yep. And we need...
the nice thing, though, is that means that everyone will be using... like, intermediates and wets during practice, and they won't have tire boosts going. Alright.
If you compare Santa Ana's and Key's performance, like, they are considerably different. It looks like Santa Ana got the better parts that we worked on last season, and Key got the ones that were just okay.
What's the suspension problem? There's a little 1 on top of it. For Santa Ana.
That's just left over from last season. We built a part and didn't do anything with it.
Well, yeah, we had a spare engine and a spare gearbox, too. We weren't doing anything with them. Why is only the suspension kind of floating around?
Well, because the suspension one was what was up in the new box at the end of the season.
Oh, so is there not actually... There's not actually a new suspension. The little 1 is just to... Oh, and then it's gone.
Yeah. It existed just to screw with you. Or you reminded it that it shouldn't be there.
I scared it away.
It said eek a rat and headed for the hills. Alright, so yeah, there's definitely just this massive divide between Santa Ana's parts and Key's parts. We'll have to get that remedied, but that must be why our stats overall still look terrible.
Yeah.
The whole leveling thing.
So we should kind of focus on improving Shenki's reliability for the moment.
Yeah, because that's what's gonna tank once the race actually starts.
Yeah.
Alright.
And Santa Ana doesn't really need it as much because she's got Nurse.
Mm-hmm. So these two parts should be up at workable order by Black Sea, but just barely.
Yeah.
Alright, and let's look at what we want to improve.
We probably want to make Actually, yeah. What's the next races? What do we need there?
Overall, we're going to be needing acceleration for most of the next 4 races.
All right, and probably top speed after that.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's make a gearbox and then an engine.
All right. Gearbox. Gearboxes are magnificent. They start at 110 out of 123.
Awesome.
Alright.
Alright.
And if we just take the flat bonus to excel, it starts at 130 out of 143.
Yeah, I see no reason why we'd want to go for a risk level increase or a build time decrease.
And look at
neither of those are worth it.
And look at the good options. We can get acceleration plus 40 starting.
At the cost of minus 20 reliability.
But we'll have time. We'll have double the repair crews.
Maybe. I was thinking more the build time plus 2 days, acceleration plus 15 to max, and plus 20, just basic. Because that one looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Without the reliability cost. But for the moment, it's not our concern, because we can't do the good ones yet.
Yep.
Onwards.
The gearbox will be built during race weekend. Like, thanks, pal.
It was going to be at 40 reliability. We couldn't have used it anyway.
Yeah. Unless it was in Santa Ana's car. Maybe.
I don't... Even with Nurse, I think she'd have hit the red. And then once you hit the red, like, it's kind of a toss-up as to whether you'll survive.
Flip a coin. On tails, you burn out.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Alright.
As poor Evans discovered repeatedly.
At least there was no pit fire.
Yes, at least there was no pit fire.
Alright, Black Sea is going to be an 18-lap race. Lap length is going to be 2.6 miles. Lap record is kind of low. Apparently it's possible there's going to be some rain. Alright. And Tommy Jeffries complaining we don't have a helipad. I know it may seem like a luxury item, but a helipad would actually be a great boon to our team when we're attempting to sign the best sponsorship deals.
Yes, we want access to those level 5 sponsorship deals because we have plenty of access to level 3s and 4s, right? No, we don't. Go away.
Have 2 stars because Shenki's super marketable.
Yep. And we took that hit to Santa Ana's morale briefly so that we could get a team morale marketability boost.
Right. Alright.
I'm very glad we did that. It was so useful.
Yep. Huge anticipation for season opener in Black Sea. Garuda Racing's expected to do well. They already had among the best cars in the league, and now they have good drivers too.
Oh god.
Meanwhile, new Predator Racing Group boss I Got Nothing will be out to impress the rest of the paddock. Any finish around 10th place would be seen as a hugely impressive result for the Vatican team principal.
Yeah.
I forgot that we were from the Vatican.
That's right. I'd forgotten we'd made that decision way back in the beginning. We were just like, we're totally from the Vatican City. We're the one guy there who pays attention to racing.
We had to leave because racing incites gambling.
Indeed.
Alright, Key got the meditation bonus, so her focus will be up to...
Awesome.
So yeah, her focus is up to 6, which means it's currently not terrible anymore.
That's nice. Not a last race or 2.
What I really like is her overtaking and, you know, her fitness. That'll be really good on the track.
Indeed.
Alright. I'm feeling lucky. Let's go for Wankai.
We're gonna go for Wankai. We're just gonna open hoping for Wankai. Alright, let's do that.
I'm not hearing a no.
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh jeez, I forgot, Shenki's angry because their parts are so different.
Yeah. There's not
Should
much
we
we can
change
really
that?
do about that.
Or
I mean, we can swap out like their brakes or suspension, I suppose. See if
Alright.
that makes them all.
let's see what we can do about that. Okay. D and brakes. Yep, that works.
Awesome.
And just like that, they're both happy again. Although our brakes are still really terrible for that one driver because, you know, we only managed to get that 80 last minute.
Yeah.
Alright, eventually we'll get that fixed.
Yep.
Alright. So everybody is happy.
Indeed.
Well, content, anyway. Our parts are still looking quite naff. Whatever that means. Are you British? What does naff mean?
Terrible.
Context. Alright. Let's take a screenshot for posterity and for the YouTube video. It's already raining.
Marvelous. Oh, you know what? What tires we choose in practice actually matters now, at least for Shen Ki. Because she's got no engineering bonuses. She's only just joined the team.
Yep. Alright. I know Shen Ki's feedback is so close to Saris Young, we almost didn't need Saris Young.
Yeah.
Although I think Young's, other practice stat is better than hers.
Mm-hmm.
Still wish we could have gotten Kinney though, but it might have been for the best because she was getting old and she might have retired in a season or two.
Yep. Makes sense, I guess.
Alright, so that'll be it for this session.
Indeed.
The first practice of a new year.
Yeah.
Alright, so our YouTube viewing audience, thanks for sticking with us in this extra long pre-season, pre-race section.
Yep.
We will see you for the race. Until next time, this has been Whale Cow.
And Retro Boy, shining off.
Yep, see you next time.